Hi, everyone. Hadley here with Hillcrest Tennis. Today, we're going to be discussing how to maximize your match performance and the things that you can do before and during your match to help you play better. So first off, we're going to talk about the warm-up and how we can utilize the warm-up effectively on and off the court. So first off, your warm-up really starts before you step onto the court. So you really want to be able to hit a full sprint after the first point out on the match. You want to be able to get to a drop shot. You want to be loose and warm. You should be doing some stretches. I also have, I've done a YouTube on a good pre-match warm-up that takes 5 to 10 minutes. So that would be something to check out if you're looking for information and some resources to best use that warm-up to your full potential. So you want to be, stretching, hydrating, and making sure that your body is ready, and also your mind. When you warm up properly, you warm up your mind, and it really helps you mentally prepare for that match. And then, in addition, you want to optimize your on-court warm-up. Before you step out onto the court, you want to have already hit some balls with your coach or with another person that you're not playing against. You want to be able to hit a lot of balls so that you can kind of groove and get in that mindset. And then when you step onto the court for your match, and you're warming up with your opponent, you want to be analyzing what are some of their strengths and their weaknesses. Try chipping a low ball to their backhand, see how they handle that, hitting a heavy topspin ball to their backhand or forehand, and kind of play all different scenarios on the warm-up to see how your opponent adjusts and adapts to certain situations within the warm-up. And that will most likely carry over into the match, but you're really wanting to, kind of see how your opponent's going to handle certain situations. All right, so topic number 2, don't beat yourself. We've talked about this a lot in our clinics, but really just remembering the statistic that the point is finished between 0 and 4 balls hit. So 75% of points will be done within 4 balls. So we really have to have the mindset of we need to expand our threshold so that we can stay in the point and that we're keeping the ball in play, especially early on in the match when you're starting, there's a little bit of nerves going on and you're still trying to figure things out. Really trying to play high percentage tennis. And, really the big thing is you need to make your first serve. You need to make the return, put the return to the middle of the court, nice and deep. So you give yourself that opportunity to get a rhythm, because typically that's what happens is a lot of people lose their rhythm or don't have a rhythm quite yet. And so if we're going out and we're trying to hit a winner off of the first ball, or if we're trying to go for big shots too soon, that really we don't gain any sort of momentum, and we're not playing high percentage tennis. So our confidence goes down, we get frustrated, those kinds of things. So really give yourself that opportunity to get into the point, give yourself that opportunity to get into the match, give your opponent the opportunity to miss, because more than likely, if you have a little bit of nerves, more than likely, so will your opponent. So really trying to give them the opportunity to miss and make that mistake. Okay, and then hitting up the middle, build the point. You don't have to hit right on the line. Hitting up the middle, nice and deep, will get you into that rhythm, and it will help gain and build your confidence as you go throughout the points. That will help build the point, build the structure of your point, and then it'll give you more opportunities. Hitting to big targets. We're not trying to place it right on the singles line or the doubles line. We're really trying to hit big targets cross court. Again, playing that high percentage tennis. And it also, hitting to these bigger targets and playing high percentage tennis establishes a solid base so that you're not sporadic. You're building yourself, you're building your confidence up, you're building your game up. And so then if things are tight, now you can revert back to, if it's 6-all in the set, or it's deuce at 4-3, you have that base, and you can revert back to it if you need to, because then you're not relying on the big shot to win you points. And then another thing to think about is hitting cross court, high over the net. We're looking for like 3 feet over the net, so that gives you that height, and then the height over the net will give you the depth as well. And that's what we're looking for. We want to give you that high percentage tennis and the depth, because if we're hitting short in the court over here, now our opponent can be aggressive and take advantage of that ball. So trying to high over the net, deep into the court will help that. Will help not beat yourself, and so you're making less errors. Okay, and then one thing that we've really been talking about with a lot of our groups is use your strengths to your advantage. If you have a strong forehand, hit that as much as you can. There's no rule in tennis that says you have to hit a backhand. So using your forehand and trying to dictate play that way. And you don't have to change your game based on your opponent. You just have to figure out how you can utilize your strengths so that you can maximize your potential and maximize your point play. Hit your best shots that you can. That doesn't mean going for the winner. Hitting your best shot means hitting your strong forehand cross court, or your inside out forehand cross court, and you'll in turn, then it'll allow you to dictate play within the middle of the court. And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for opportunities to step forward and make your opponent feel uncomfortable. And the best way to do that is to use your best shots and your best patterns of play to dictate what you want your opponent to do and to make your opponent uncomfortable. And the last point that I would like to emphasize is exploiting your opponent's weaknesses. So really, again, using your strengths to dictate play against your opponent's weakness. So one of my favorite plays that I like to do is I really like to hit my inside out forehand, use my big forehand to rip the ball to my opponent's backhand and pull them off the court. And then they hit the ball to the middle of the court, and then I can either take it cross court or back behind them. And that is a pattern of play that I would use over and over and over again when I was in college and playing on that higher level, is really trying to dictate play within the middle of the court, using my forehand to my opponent's weakness. And we've also been talking a lot about taking the ball out of the air as a swinging volley. So not letting the ball drop, but taking time away from my opponent by taking the ball out of the air and moving forward to put pressure on them. Whether it's for singles or doubles, it's all the same. It's the same across the board. Is you really want to dictate play by using your strength to your opponent's weakness. And that is how I think it's best to maximize your match performance. Again, we'll wrap it up with making sure that you warm up correctly. Warm up off the court, and then also with a neutral person, and then you're really ready and you're mentally ready for your opponent, and then not beating yourself, playing that high percentage tennis cross court, high over the net, and then using your strengths. So if you like your forehand or you like your backhand slice, whatever it is, really trying to dictate play, and then dictating play with your opponent, or to your opponent's weakness with your strength. And so I hope this information helps. Again, it's things that we've been discussing with our groups and our clinics, and also our private lessons. We've been working really hard to try and help our players understand that using your strengths to your benefit is really what's going to help you win matches, and it's going to give you the confidence you're going to win more points because you're using your strength to your opponent's weakness. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll be back here next week. Bye-bye now.